This was the main reason I was curious to attend the Osaka Expo 2025. And the point of today's video is that since I didn't feel like preparing anything, basically what I wanted to test about the event itself was coming almost completely unprepared. And honestly, if you don't come prepared, you'd better not come at all. First of all, well, you have to book a ticket, and once you've booked your ticket online, you have to reserve the day and time you want to arrive. You can't arrive early because until it's your scheduled time, you can't get in line to get in. You have to line up for the next time slot. I mean, you can arrive a little late, but not early. If it rains, forget it. There's very little shelter here, so hopefully you get a good day. You can cancel or change the date and time of your visit, but only up to 3 times. I think that's how it was, so it's good to be careful with that, with canceling and all that. Well, this event is very complicated. It's like visiting an amusement park. But instead of rides like roller coasters or things like that, it's more like exhibitions. No, it's actually called Expo, which makes it tricky since you don't know what to expect, right? Let's see. There are people who may have been to other international expos. I only know the one in Knoxville. There were a lot of weeks. I don't know any other world fairs. And well, the thing is, you have to find out which is the popular pavilion. The one that's good, the one that's not good, the one you need to reserve tickets for, the one you can get into without the reservation. The thing is, you have the lines that are without reservation, where you have to wait 2 hours and you don't know if it's good or not, if it's worth it. If you figure out if it's worth waiting 2 hours, it's fine, but then what? We got into the place just at noon. It's almost 7 now, and honestly, we haven't done anything. I mean, I wanted to see if I could find something in the official stores because I wanted to buy a card, the public transportation card, which was a special edition of the Expo. I went to one, and some people told me they didn't know, others said no, that it was somewhere else. And when I asked, it turned out it was on the other side. So we asked, and they said no, they're already sold out. So I had to buy it second-hand on Mercari and paid twice as much. But oh well, bad luck. And a little souvenir medal, which is something I usually buy when I travel, some medals. Since we didn't have any reservations for anything at all, because I didn't want to make any, and also they explained something wrong to me there, I thought you could go to the Gundam without a reservation. So we went to an information desk to ask something, and while we were there, I asked, where is the Gundam? They asked me, do you have a reservation? I said no. Well, you absolutely need a reservation, right? Of course, you needed a reservation for the pavilion, but the Gundam itself is at the entrance of the pavilion. I mean, you can see it without making any reservation. You can even see it by chance as you pass by. So, since they told me that a reservation was needed, I got desperate and said, oh, the only thing I want to see to be happy is the Gundam. I mean, because I've seen all the Gundams that have been built in Japan since the first Gundam was assembled. It was for a limited time, and I wanted to see it. So I checked and, I asked, where can I get a ticket? Well, online. The website worked really badly. The app was terrible. It wasn't possible. So I went to the room where there are machines to make reservations with a machine. And the thing is that there, it's a complete lottery. They say that even when you're in line, they tell you, oh, we can't guarantee you'll get any tickets. They tell you that all the time. You arrive and the only thing you can do is reserve something that someone else has canceled or something like that. But to reserve something, and well, we made a reservation. There was only one spot available, and the moment we clicked, they said, no, it's already gone, so we changed. Then another spot opened up, and we said, okay, let's go there, done. We clicked, and that was it. We had a reservation for only one spot, and then luckily, the Gundam was on the way, and we realized it was right there in sight. I mean, I got really upset for nothing, because of a misunderstanding with the staff, and besides, the staff here are all people just passing through. But anyway, and this food truck, it pretty much ruined our day because they said there was a 15-minute wait for the food to be ready. And the thing is, 25 minutes had already passed. So I went to complain, to ask about it, and they told me 5 more minutes. But you told me 15 minutes, and now it's going to be 30. So just refund me. I have a reservation and need to leave now. The thing is, we didn't have time, and it's a mess, a real mess. Honestly, it ruined our day because we wanted quick food, but it wasn't served fast. We agreed to come back later to pick it up. I wanted a refund, but they couldn't process it due to a system issue. Because here, cash isn't used anywhere on the premises, not even in the vending machines. Everything is cashless, 100%. So they couldn't give me a refund. I was already nervous, in a hurry, and also I don't know why, but it's full of mosquitoes too, and obviously the food is expensive and not good. It looks like the fried chicken balls was supposed to come with 3, but they gave me 5. As an apology. Well, at least, well, it's something. But you can choose to eat, for example, in the country pavilions and eat local food from those countries. And then, but there's quite a line, obviously. It's extremely expensive. We went to eat at the Czechoslovakia pavilion to eat Czech food. Honestly, it wasn't good or bad, and we spent a lot. It was super expensive. On what you can see, we spent 11,000 yen, which was about $70 to $80 more or less. And oh my God, the mosquitoes. No, it was hard to eat. It was really hard to eat with so many mosquitoes. It was incredible. The people who are waiting in line here, for example, you could just see them. They're all moving around because of the mosquitoes. They're just everywhere. No. It's a terrible plague. I just do this and I hit the mosquito. Let's see. The place is nice. Yes, it's very beautiful. If I lived in Osaka, I wouldn't have cared and been like, yes, it's fine. The entrance wasn't expensive. It's about $50 or 7,500 yen, which is a good price. Especially since you can visit the pavilions for free, but if you make a reservation or enter the lottery, since some require a lottery, whether you get picked or not to visit that pavilion, you might end up not visiting any pavilions at all. Or there are some places that are quite eye-catching and others not so much. It's worth it if you like organizing things, that's fine, but for me at least it's not worth it. The thing is, I don't think it's an event prepared to handle so many people. I've heard expos in other countries were better since they were less crowded, but maybe that's because those countries aren't as touristy. Here people come. Osaka is a very touristy city, and Japanese people really like to visit these kinds of events. And by the way, what about the spot we got for the pavilion? The one we could enter with a reservation. The beginning was really bad, the start was bad, there was honestly nothing interesting. And then there was a Kawasaki that made something like a Tiger motorcycle. Something like that, it wasn't clear if it worked. Then outside there was one of those drones for carrying people. You don't see it working either. Tractors, things, some vehicles that were more or less interesting. But it's one of those places that you say, I'll go just to say I went, not because it's really worth it, or because, you really have to like it a lot, right? The thing about going into a pavilion, and a pavilion tells you, for example, the one we went to said it takes 35 minutes to see everything, but we saw it in 10, basically, considering it took us 15 minutes just to get there from where we were standing, from the food truck. And another thing, there's the giant ring. The view is fine, but it's not like it's something amazing either. It's like, I don't know what they were trying to do with that concept. It's nice. It went like this. Boy, my wife told me she was going to have a week off, and I said, oh, okay, let's go to Osaka. Yeah, let's go. Well, let's go to the Expo. I bought the ticket, and then I started looking into it. And when I started looking into it, I said, oh no, I was already losing interest. But I said, well, let's see. And honestly, for me, it's not really worth it. Luckily, tomorrow I'm going to Universal Studios, and that's definitely going to be worth it, much better. But the Osaka Expo, if you're in Osaka for a week, well, it's okay to dedicate a day to it, but if you're only here for 3 days, no, don't waste your time coming to the Expo. Because the organization, honestly, is very complicated. It doesn't work very well overall, where there's always space. Well, now at this hour, it's also the time. By 7 o'clock, the number of people goes down. There are pavilions, mainly for sales, mostly from different countries. For example, there's a Uruguay pavilion featuring products from Uruguay. I don't know if they're for sale or just for display, but many of these pavilions with stands from different countries, many of them sell local products. But most of the places we saw, everything is ultra super expensive, everything. Right before entering this pavilion, a guy told me, He greeted me and told me he was working at the Chile Pavilion. And now he was going to work at a bar, and he told me, and I told him, this place doesn't make sense without a reservation. He says, no, without contacts, I don't recommend it. Me, since I work at a bar. I know a lot of people who are working in the pavilions, and with contacts, you can basically get into any pavilion where you have contacts. But I say that makes no sense that way. It doesn't make sense. I mean, the idea was to come and try the experience without contacts. And honestly, it's not good like this, without contacts. It doesn't make sense to come here, because if not, it's just like going shopping. Just shopping for souvenirs from the place, nothing else. That's the only thing. And even then, you often have to wait in line for many official stores. Then there's an area with pavilions, which are a bit more basic. They don't have much design on the outside, and there aren't many people there. But of course, it's literally a walk around for a minute or two. There is time for these, but for the smaller ones, we visited all of them in under 10 minutes and saw everything. Now only these remain. Senegal, where there aren't many people. The Egypt one, there's a lot more people, likely because many are curious about what Egypt offers. The Spain Pavilion looks very nice. But honestly, at this time, which by the way, at night, the area has a different charm. But at this hour, I'd be crazy to attempt to climb those stairs. I just don't have the energy. It's just that you're standing all day, waiting in lines all day, walking all day. Honestly, after 6, things really calm down. The number of people drops a lot. Many people arrive early and are already tired and they have to leave, or they just want to leave. The thing ends at 9 at night, but it's already 8, so we're going to start heading out. Because otherwise the subway, the metro will probably get too crowded. As a bonus, Universal Studios. We'll keep it brief since there are already many Universal Studios Japan videos on YouTube. First, we arrived at 11 in the morning, and now at 7:15, we've already finished seeing everything. Basically, what did we have to do? Get the fast pass, but it's a problem because with Klook, which is the website where I bought the tickets, it's very complicated because you have a million fast pass options. The general admission, just the entrance to the place, isn't very expensive, 8,000 or 9,000 yen, or about $50 or $60 more or less. And with that you can go on all the rides, but you have to wait in line like usual, right? For the Nintendo area, you can only enter with that pass if you arrive early in the morning. Like, if you come an hour before Universal opens its doors, it's pretty likely you'll be able to get in, that they'll let you in. Early risers who want to save money and see everything can do so at the lowest price. I, on the other hand, wanted to take it easy. So I paid for a fast pass that included the 3 Nintendo attractions, the 2 Harry Potter ones, and 2 other roller coasters. So 7 attractions in total. And I had to pay about $300 per person, $300 per person. Now, pretty expensive, but it was worth it for the fact that it was a fast pass. We got in after a 10-minute wait while others waited 70 minutes, so it was worth it. In that sense, if you can come more than one day, maybe you don't need it as long as you don't mind waiting in line. But honestly, it felt really comfortable because in all these hours we went on a lot of rides that at the beginning. The whole Harry Potter area has just 2 rides. If you have to choose, pick the one in the castle, it's really good. The roller coaster isn't worth it if the line's long, since it only lasts a moment. I don't know if it's 50 seconds. I don't think it even lasts a minute. It's fine, but there are better ones. The best roller coaster is the Jurassic Park one, which is the Flying Dinosaur. That one is incredible. And the other one, which I think is called Space Adventure or something like that, a super basic name, that one was good too. Now, the Nintendo ones, the Mario one is fine. It's a little bit innovative. It's not bad. The Yoshi one is really just for kids under 7. Yeah, I mean, even for a kid that's 12 years old, it's already boring. No, really, the Yoshi one isn't worth it. It's very, very, very much for kids. The Donkey Kong one is a wow moment, and if you're a fan, it's a great hit. Then there are the 4D theaters, which are nice. We had time to see them. Then there's the other roller coaster, the Hollywood one. I don't remember the name, but I went on that 15 years ago, and that's it. Not sure if I'll go now, but that one was really good. It's worth it. Now, of the attractions that aren't worth visiting, the Jaws one. That one, I think, from what I saw in photos, is still the same attraction from 15 years ago. And it was already really old back then because it's honestly very outdated. It's for going with grandparents, that's fine. But if not, it's really boring, and that one is definitely not worth it. Let's see if anyone arrives early. Basically, you have time to see absolutely everything, and it's enough for the best attractions. You have time to see them. Well, regarding food, it's much better after what happened to us yesterday with the Osaka Expo. I mean, we paid a lot, but we got full and the food was good. So, but yeah, we went to a restaurant that was like Italian food, like pasta, pizza, meat. But look, no, we didn't come looking for Mario's food and all that stuff because themed things usually always fail. I mean, maybe it's not that bad, but honestly, I prefer not to try it. I mean, we went to a place where there was enough space, where there wasn't a line, and just kept enjoying the park. But anyway, basically make sure to really analyze the Klook app. You really need to get the general admission ticket, which is the cheapest option. And then choose if you want an express pass, because the express pass is sold separately. The entrance ticket to the place is not included in the express pass. It's not included. You have to buy the entrance ticket first and then the express pass. That's optional. But basically, yes. Let's see, because the list is very long, if you can choose, well, to satisfy your curiosity about Mario, it's best to skip Yoshi's ride, because honestly, it's not worth it for adults. The Mario ride is good. The Donkey Kong one is great. The popular roller coasters are definitely worth it if you can try them. The Harry Potter and Castle ones are great, but without the pass, it's best to skip the roller coaster. Actually, the Flying Dinosaur from Jurassic Park, that's the best one, along with the other main one, which was the Hollywood one. I don't know, that's it. See you next time. Greetings to you, your family, your pet, and your jerk neighbor. Bye.